When people talk about fear, they often speak in whispers, but there are stories, rare stories, where fear changes direction, where the hunted becomes the hunter, and hatred learns to run. This is one of those stories. It begins on a night soaked in the kind of silence that makes even the wind nervous. A small southern town, 1950s America, a time when lines were drawn not by fences but by skin, a time when the Ku Klux Klan walked like they owned the dark. But tonight, the dark belonged to someone else. His name was Marcus Hale, former United States Marine, a man built like a fortress and trained like a storm. He had fought in the Pacific, survived ambushes that swallowed entire units, and carried more scars than he ever cared to count. But none of those scars came close to the ones this country had given him, the ones that didn't bleed but stung. Marcus had returned from war with the belief that wearing the uniform meant he'd earned respect. He was wrong. The world he came home to didn't salute him. It doubted him, feared him, hated him. But Marcus was done bowing his head. He had stood tall in the face of enemy fire. He wasn't about to bend for cowards in white sheets. The trouble began when Marcus bought a small piece of land on the edge of town, land the Klan believed he, a black man, had no right to own. Whispers grew into threats. Threats morphed into warnings. And soon warnings became something far uglier. But Marcus didn't scare easy. In the Marines, fear was something you carried with you, like ammo. One humid night, the warning came again, but this time, wrapped in flames. A burning cross lit up the sky at the edge of Marcus's property. The Klan stood beyond it, concealed in robes, clutching torches like they were born holding them. Most men would have hidden. Most families would have packed up and run. Marcus, he stepped outside. No trembling, no panic, just a man walking toward hell like he'd survived worse. He didn't carry a gun, didn't need one. What he carried was training, the kind designed to turn ordinary men into weapons. The Klan didn't expect him to walk into the fire. They certainly didn't expect his voice to cut through the crackling flames like steel. "You boys came a long way," Marcus said, "just to find out you picked the wrong Marine." The Grand Dragon, hood as white as bone, laughed. "You think a uniform makes you brave?" he sneered. Marcus stared him down. "No, war made me brave. You boys just helped me practice." The Klan advanced. Torches raised like spears. Flames danced in their eyes. But Marcus never flinched. He reached the burning cross and kicked it over. Sparks exploded into the night. The Klan froze. No one had ever done that before. Not in this town. Not in any town. Marcus stood in the blaze, surrounded by smoke, the fire outlining him like a legend being born. "This ends tonight," he said. "You can leave standing, or you can leave crawling." The Klan charged. 5 men rushed him first. Marcus moved like a shadow breaking loose from the dark. Years of hand-to-hand combat training ignited. The first man went down with a disarming twist that shattered his grip and his courage. The second found himself thrown into the dirt with a knee to the ribs. The third felt a punch so clean it snapped his mask sideways. The fourth and fifth didn't even make contact. The rest of the Klan faltered. This wasn't the terrified veteran they expected. This was a Marine who'd gone face to face with death and learned its weaknesses. One of them shouted, "He's alone! Get him!" Marcus smirked. "Alone? Son, I brought the whole corps with me." What came next wasn't a fight. It was a lesson in courage, a lesson in strength, a lesson the Klan never forgot. Marcus fought like he had a duty to every black man, woman, and child the Klan had ever tried to break. Every blow was a message. Every movement was justice. He didn't fight with rage. He fought with purpose. Despite their numbers, despite their weapons, despite their hatred, they couldn't touch him. Within minutes, the Klan began to retreat. First the ones who'd fallen behind, then the ones who didn't want to be next, then the ones who realized the night no longer belonged to them. Cowards run fastest when no one's chasing them. And they ran. Torches dropped. Masks abandoned. The forest echoed with the sound of grown men fleeing for their lives. Marcus stood alone in the clearing, chest rising with calm breaths. The burning cross flickered behind him like a defeated monster. By dawn, the whole town knew the story. Some people whispered in awe. Others whispered in anger, but everyone whispered. The Klan never returned to Marcus Hale's land. Not that night, not ever. Word spread far beyond that small town. Not because someone recorded it, not because it made the papers, but because legends don't need ink, they need witness. Marcus lived out his years quietly, tending his land, protecting his neighbors. He never bragged about what happened, never needed recognition. He just stood for what he believed in, that a man's courage is stronger than any mask, any torch, any hate. Some say that night changed the town. Some say it changed the Klan. But the truth is, it changed the story America tells itself. Because there are moments in history, documented or whispered, where the oppressed stop running and the oppressor learns fear. And on that night, in that town, under that burning sky, a black Marine made the Ku Klux Klan run for their lives.